Hello and welcome to You Tell Me. My name is Akin Omobitan. I'm outside the Cavendish Arms, Stockwell, South London. I'm not sure about yourselves, but I've received several emails of late from companies that I believe to be institutions asking for support to stay afloat during these times. So we want to put together a video to let you know why these sort of things are important. With that said, let's get to it. First question's very simple one. What does the Cavendish Arms mean to the two of you?
Wow. Comedy?
Yeah, it means everything. It's been at the forefront of everything for the past 12 years.
It's basically home. I've been here for way too long of my life. I've been here for it's been like 12 years.
It means a lot. It means like everything for me. It's basically a family for me. Started working here about 2 years ago, but prior to that I was a customer.
What does the Cavendish Arms mean to you?
It's not a simple question. That is a big question.
Well, for a number of years now, I've lived in the area. I've lived upstairs for some time. It's just been a great hub for creatives.
It's got a really good community, and it's a really good place to, when you're starting out, meet other like-minded people.
I'm also an actor, and I worked in a lot of soulless jobs to make money. And I was really, when I first started working here, I was really at the end of it.
I've been coming here about 4 years now, and when I first moved into the area, I just started popping in because it was sort of convenient, and just straight away got chatting to people who work here, and just having just awesome, interesting conversations with interesting people, and just feeling really welcomed.
It's a breeding ground for creative people of all different types of fields. We've got burlesque, we've got comedy, we've got drag.
Trying to work out, how am I meant to work a job that doesn't make me cry. And then I came here, and everybody, no matter what you do, is just welcoming and wants to make you as big as you can be in this space. And as soon as they found out I was an actor, they were like, what can we do? How can we help?
It's also a safe space for a lot of people as well, and it gives people somewhere to try their thing out for the first time, and it's a good starting ground for a lot of people.
You know from starting comedy that open mic night comedy is a weird thing. It's not like music where you can just play in a pub. It's requires an audience.
I've managed to start up a new career in comedy from this place. I've met and seen so many amazing artists, musicians, burlesque, cabaret performers, as well as comedians.
It has a 50-seater venue that is packed 3 nights a week, where people who want to do comedy can come and see if jokes work.
It was supposed to be somewhere to earn a bit of money and put on some music, and it's grown into a load of people just having a nice time and doing good things and meeting other people and doing good things and feeling good about what they do, and it's become this sort of thing that we didn't expect it to be. That's nothing to do with us and nothing to do with anybody that's here and nothing to do with the state. It's just its own thing.
It's a grassroots venue, which as a musician has been great to me, because I get to see loads of bands, I get to network, but I also get to play here.
If you're doing an open mic night in a room full of 4 people, you can't really tell what's good or what's bad, because the people themselves it's just a weird format. You know what I mean? You can do a song, but if you get up and just be like, so I was at my job the other day and this happened, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And then it's grown in that the bar staff have become part of the theatre of the place.
Yeah.
They're part of that kind of whole. People walk in and it's the decorations and it's the look and it's the acts, it's the bands, it's the comedians, and it's the bar staff and their stories, because they're all interesting as well.
I've had some pretty rocky times in the last few years. That coincided with me starting to work here. It's really helped me get back on my feet.
I went through some challenging times in my life personally over the last few years, and this place was always like a bedrock in a way. All the people here, the familiar faces, and just somewhere you could go to escape and just have a pint, chat shit, whatever.
I've had some very interesting times and experiences at the cab. I'm not going to share them with you, okay?
I now even live upstairs, so it's my home as well as my job and my life.
I basically say if the walls could talk, it would be me, because I know all the Cavendish secrets.
The biggest thing for me about this place is that there's just so much soul. There's so much feeling and emotion, and everyone wants to talk to everyone. Doesn't matter if we're behind the bar and everyone else is on the other side. We're going to talk to everyone and check everyone's okay in that.
I guess I feel like I've become part of the family, and that the people who work here, they're not just people behind the bar, they're now close friends of mine.
When I opened it, I wanted the ethos was just to be nice and inclusive. I didn't want it to be cliquey.
It's so nice, considering London is how we know London to be. It's not necessarily the kindest of places, but you walk in here and it's my love. Yeah.
But it's basically home, it's a community, and I would be really upset and really sad and heartbroken if the place was to close, so...
So what is the Cavendish? All of those, loads of stuff,
What does it mean to
all of
us?
that.
A million
A big
things.
mishmash
Yeah.
of creativity and people doing shit.
Yeah.
So what seems to be at risk right now is not just business, but culture. And there's several institutions that are running the risk of going out of business, essentially, and taking the culture with them. What are your thoughts regarding this?
I think I'm scared because I think a lot of people take things like pubs and bars and comedy clubs and music venues and theatres for granted. They're just there.
I think that the hit that the service industry and bars, clubs, restaurants, even museums and places like this are taking is going to be huge. I think the impact for this is bad.
It sucks.
Us as a society probably haven't been hit by something as big as this in a long time.
Going out and going to see a show is slowly eroding away anyway, because people watch Netflix and do all that sort of stuff. So unless there is a conscious effort by people who believe it is like of cultural value, unless they sort of get together and actually champion these places, they'll just go.
You sit in your own bubble and you go, we might lose this and everything it gives. Then you realise, no, it's the whole country, the whole world. And then you think, every comedy venue I've been to, every music venue, every big band, every small band, it's everywhere. It's everything.
I'm a musician, and I play in a few different bands in my spare time, and I've done a lot of touring around the UK, playing in small venues. And I think what anyone who's not involved in music doesn't understand is that people don't go from forming a band to suddenly playing in front of 500,000 people.
I think that it's going to be a massive impact if we can't reopen, and if other places like us can't reopen as well.
You have to put in the hours on the road playing small venues like the Cav to become known, and places like this are the foundation of grassroots music.
It's about creative expression from the comedian's point of view or the artist's point of view, but also it's about like a shared experience.
All of these things that is under threat right now and that people might, like I said, take for granted are things that if we don't protect, we are just losing way more than we think we will.
I've worked in the pub trade for about 14 years now. I see the value of it. It's not just people getting pissed up and starting fights. That's very rare, never see it. What's important is seeing people come in, having a home, having a family away from their family, an outlet.
Like pubs have always been a threat because they don't make much money, and it's just people don't go to the pub so much anymore. You have to have something else on. Pubs have become gastro pubs.
The Cavendish does something different that a lot of pubs in South London don't do. We're a venue pub, so we provide entertainment and value to the community, not only to our locals but all over to people who come over here to watch live comedy, be entertained, watch live music, watch cabaret and burlesque shows, and have their own private party.
I always set out to be a venue rather than a pub, but I wanted to have both. But it's always been at risk. But this is just something so entirely different that it's almost ungraspable. But that actually it might go. It really, really seriously. Not it might. We're not just raising funds. People aren't just raising funds for the hospitality industry generally. It's like they're really seriously.
They might go.
Go.
Not just dear the Cavendish is closed.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to do comedy.
Down, but
there's nowhere
really,
to do comedy.
loads of them.
Nowhere to do music. Nowhere to put on plays. Nowhere.
No.
That's like I don't think anybody realises how much we want and need those things.
Why should people support the Cavendish Arms?
I think if you've ever been in an independent pub that you loved, if you've ever been to a music gig that you've loved,
It's provided a stage for up and coming comedians, even established comedians have come here to test out their Edinburgh shows.
We're the starting point for a lot of people. So we've had everybody from Joel Dommett to Kaz Ilias to Tim Shishodia all start here, or at least start part of their careers here.
Bands, musicians have come here. It's a great filming location. That's a beautiful stage that we've got in this room.
As someone who spends a lot of the time being ironic, it isn't like lame to care about places or to show that you care about things. It's actually fucking good. It's more people should do it.
It's a cool little place, it's wicked. Look at this. This night it's got a beautiful aesthetic. It's a really lovely room, and the bar's cool. The people who work here are nice. There's a good atmosphere here, and it's an important place.
Like I said, it's an institution. It's a place where people have memories, and it's a place where people can just have fun. We are very unique. We like to call this a little gem in South London because it's exactly what it is.
I manage a rival business, I suppose you'd say. I'm a manager of a pub up the road, but I don't want this place to go.
There's a lot of things that are going on in the pub, but as long as you accept the pub for what it is, which is just happiness and pure joy, then you yourself are going to feel happiness and pure joy.
The Cav is such a beautiful place because if you support us, we support you. And that's me as someone that works here or worked here. I was supported, and so that means I want to support. It's a chain reaction. If you help us, we will help you, and then you want to help someone, and someone will help someone, and
it's a good time to sort of make a point of sticking up for the things you believe in and being vocal about them.
Oh, you just want to keep these places alive and going because there's just so much love to give, and if you take that away, we've got nowhere to put it. Man, we just want to give it. God, it makes me stressed.
It's not a normal situation. It's not that we've been running this place and making bad decisions on how we spend money, and it's just or taking money out to pay ourselves or anything that's gone wrong. It's not that. It's literally that we were closed down.
There needs to be a choice out there, otherwise we're all knackered, really. We're all just clones living in the same space and whatnot. There needs to be something for everybody.
We've got a government grant which we were grateful for, which paid for about 3 months worth of while we were closed. But then after that, you don't make savings in a pub. We haven't done the.
We haven't been
wrong.
Foolish with the money.
Yeah,
for 12 years, we've managed to keep it going, and it doesn't without it making much money. So we've been good at it.
This situation, there isn't any money to pay anyway.
Our culture is richer because of places like this. So I think it's really essential that people, get together and where they can support places like this.
Even if it means helping a pub that you go to, just do it, man. It feels good as well, And being punk is cool.
It loves its community. It loves the fact that it's based in South London. The owners don't even live in South London anymore, but they always come back because they love what this place stands for, which is identity, uniqueness, being itself, being yourself. And that place has taught me. This place, I should say, has taught me just to be myself, and that I am accepted for who I am, and I'm loved for who I am.
I've had more important conversations to a patron over the bar than I have just anywhere else, because that's where all these places are just full of safe spaces to chat and to talk and to disagree as well. Got so many arguments in pubs, my God, but that's not a bad thing. And I think as soon as you lose these pseudo spaces that you don't think that's what they're for, but that's what they are for. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. It makes me scared, but it'll be fine, hopefully.
Without little places like ours, there's nowhere for people to start out, and so if people have done it before here, started out here, still do it here, or hope to in the future, they're gonna have to help because we can't do it.
There's nowhere else to go.
So there you have it, people. The Cavendish Arms, home of comedy virgins, live music, a home for people, essentially. This is taking place not just here but across the country, and it's very important that us as individuals, as patrons, as performers, as those who love to drink and have a good time, it's very important that we support the very institutions that allow this to take place. This is where I first performed stand-up comedy years ago, and this is where I've seen some people who've inspired me to keep going as well. There's going to be links down below. Just like make sure that you follow through, man. Just like donate what you can, and if you're not able to donate, just share this, because you might help it to land on, like, you know, in the inbox of someone who will. So before I start tripping over all of my words, now that you are here, hit subscribe, hit like, and hit share. Enjoy the rest of your lives.